Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Well, let's get the formalities out of the way. I'm currently sitting at 7.4, not fully calibrated this morning. And that's because when I changed my sensor yesterday, it just took a while to calibrate, and so we're now set up for the week and we'll be going on great. So currently 7.4. I have 0.35 units of insulin left. I've had a few calibrations, basal rates being working fully through the night, so I wouldn't be so high. I peaked a bit, but otherwise I've been within range all night, which is a good thing. Now, if we take a look up here with our three little lines, it tells us everything's green except for insulin. I have 137 units of insulin left. That should last me a good portion of the day. So it's a caution area. It's not down at the bottom yet. So if we go back and we talk about time and range is 89%, which is a win again. I've talked about this before. It's better than 70%. 70% is sort of the bare minimum. But I still have 8% above 10, 3% below. This has come down a point, which is a win. Still have to work on the above 10, and average sugar is 7.7. Great. Today I want to talk to you about rebounding, or better known as dawn phenomenon. We'll be right back. Have a great day, and let's get going. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Dawn phenomenon is a feature that takes part first thing in the morning. And what happens is your body releases hormones around 4 in the morning and your blood sugar goes up. And what is hormones? Hormones is something your body creates, and it's sugar. That's all hormones are. They're a form of glucose that have a specific job in your body. Those get released, they can cause your blood sugar to go up. For many years, I was plagued by dawn phenomenon. Now, if we take a look at the blood sugars, it doesn't really seem that dawn phenomenon is hampering me anymore. It could get up to 16, 17. It's that big a jump. And as a diabetic, we work all day to bring that down just to get in order so it doesn't go up. The best cure for dawn phenomenon is insulin given around 4. Now, with the pumps, that usually takes care of dawn phenomenon because your doctor can see and will start giving more of a basal rate, and my pump now takes care of that and brings down my blood sugar. Occasionally it falters, and I'm talking so occasionally. But Mike, why have the pump if it falters? body releases more hormones, and my blood sugar still goes high. But on the whole, it's days like this. Nice, easy mornings where I wake up feeling a bit energetic, and it's a win. But oh, I can remember those mornings, especially when I was on shots. I started, and I do not condone this in any way, I was really stupid at the time. I would wake up, I would, at 4, do a blood sugar. If it was over 10, I'd take insulin so that in the morning I'd have a normal blood sugar. And I did this for well over a couple of years, and it worked. Because I was getting so high in the morning was one of the reasons why I was getting the pump. Another reason for rebounding, excuse me for a sec, is because you go low at night. I would have to wake up and do blood sugars throughout the night. And you just can't wake up to do it. And if we take a look at my numbers, last night I had a break in the system. And that was sort of like, hey, I'm ready, calibration's run out. You have to set the calibration now. And I just couldn't wake up to do it. I was fiddling with the pump, passed out sleep-wise. And, so getting up at 4 to do a blood sugar, you still have to be coherent. I'm quite a heavy sleeper. When I sleep, I am out of it. So, getting me up to do blood tests weren't the greatest. But when I had to force because I was having super highs in the morning, I did it. But if I woke up to do a blood sugar, I couldn't. I think a lot of it was I set an alarm and I had to wake up to do it. So I was up from 3 till about 4:30, and then I'd go back to bed. It wasn't great for the sleep cycle. But it did also show that I don't go low. And that was the main concern, that I'd be hitting rock bottom and then my body sending out glucose, the liver saying, hey, you're low. You're not eating. Here, have more hormones. Didn't really always do the job, and I'd end up super high. So it's really a pain. Now, don't get into stacking. After you've had an episode of dawn phenomenon, your blood sugar is going to be higher. Typically, in the morning, your blood sugars are high. If you're running high anyway, in the morning, you could go higher. And that is a lot of dawn phenomenon. There are diabetics who don't wake up with high blood sugars. I just thought it was something I was cursed with. It's not that obscure. You need to speak to your doctor about dawn phenomenon and how we can make sure that your blood sugars aren't going to spike first thing in the morning. From 4 to 7, you could be peaking and then spend the rest of the day trying to come down. An awful lot of people see that, give a whole bunch of insulin, or will give insulin, check it later, give more insulin, and then a little bit later check more. And that's what we call stacking. And stacking can be dangerous. Your doctor should give you an amount of insulin which is your current dosage, and that should be enough to cover any dawn phenomenon. If you're lucky enough to be on the pump, your pump will be able to determine, hey, he seems to go high. We'll start giving insulin now, whether you're on the closed loop system or you're on an older variety where you have to set your basal rate. When you set your basal rate, it's amazing how dawn phenomenon can pretty well be eradicated. I always had problems at night. I'd have problems with going low. And I think that prompted my rebounding. When I really had problems, the 9 months I was in Royal Columbian, they'd have to wake me up in the morning and do my blood sugar. Mike, wake up. What's your blood sugar? It's kind of like, all I want to do is sleep through the night. Oh, but you have to get up and do your blood. And it's like every day. But people who aren't diabetic, oh, don't you dare wake me up for any reason. And I don't know about you, but if I wake up, I fumble. I have to take a while to wake up to be more coherent, take the blood sugar, and then move on. And then it's getting back to sleep. So it's a good hour and a half portion of time. But I started to do it, and then this pump took over. And this has been a godsend. The closed loop system is a system that pretty well can help you eradicate your dawn phenomenon. Remember, dawn phenomenon gets its name because it's the morning. Your blood sugars skyrocket because of the hormones being released in your system. Two things can trigger it. One will be waking up in the morning, getting the hormones, getting you ready to get up and do your day. The second is that you've dropped too low in the night and your body says, oh my God, he's low. Let's get all supplies down there. And that's when you skyrocket. Now, it's kind of the only way to stop that is to moderate your dose. You and your doctor can come up with a dose that will best stop dawn phenomenon. Whether you go on your closed loop system, or you're doing shots and will modify your basal rates. Remember, don't stack. And stacking again is giving different amounts because you feel your body isn't bringing down the blood sugars as quickly as possible. No one wants to feel high. No one wants to be drinking. I can remember waking up with my mouth so dry. And I'm drinking 4 glasses of water just to quench that thirst. And it sometimes would take up till noontime to bring down the blood sugar. And when my blood sugars were high, I wasn't always at my best. So it was hard to go to work and try to be at your best when your blood sugars were skyrocketing. So dawn phenomenon, if you're experiencing higher blood sugars when you wake up in the morning, could be because of dawn phenomenon. At one time, people thought dawn phenomenon was just a myth, but it really does happen. Hello. I'm a prime example of that. Dawn phenomenon is something we want to get rid of. Your doctor will have options for you. Speak with them. And we'll be right back with tomorrow's video preview. Have a great day, and we'll talk later. Bye now. My next vlog topic will be like again. Tomorrow we're going to bring back our control day videos, and we're going to talk about the supplies you need. So we'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and get a coffee, sit back, and enjoy the videos. Have a great day. I know I said that at the end of the video, and we'll talk again soon. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.